NASA astronaut and former Marine Kara Foster arrives at the International Space Station, ISS, where she greets her teammates, fellow American astronauts Christian Campbell and Commander Gordon Barrett, and Russian cosmonauts Veronika Vetrov and brothers Nikolai and Alexei Pulov. Despite the language barrier and cultural differences, the Americans and Russians get along well, with Gordon and Veronika forming a romance. Kira views Earth from the space station for the first time with her coworkers, who explain the overview effect to her. Later, while working, she notices several massive nuclear explosions wreaking havoc across the United States. Communications aboard the station fail, but Gordon receives a message from the U.S. government indicating that the Russian military has initiated a nuclear attack on the U.S. and ordering him to take control of the ISS by any means necessary. He discusses the message with Kira and Christian. They suspect the Russians were given a similar order from their government. They also find the station is orbiting too low and in danger of falling towards Earth's surface if aid does not arrive within 24 hours. After the Americans get their mission, Nikolai tells the crew that an antenna outside the station is broken, requiring Gordon to don an EVA spacesuit to fix it. Gordon and Kira stay in contact via comms and, while outside, Gordon sees the U.S. destroyed and in flames. He tells Kira to keep the crew away from the windows. During the operation, Alexei is instructed to clip a wire, cutting off communication between Gordon and his fellow Americans inside the station, and replaces it with a fake wire to hide his sabotage. Unbeknownst to Alexei and Veronika, Nikolai pilots the station's arm to knock Gordon off, seemingly to his death. Enraged and disgusted with her teammates for murdering an innocent man, Veronika goes to Kira and devises a plan to trade her Russian key with Kira's American key. The Russian key would unlock the Russian locker where Alexei's research was stored. Veronika explains that Alexei's research could cure radiation sickness, and if either government seizes the space station, that world power will control who lives and who dies in the nuclear war. Veronika insists that Kira was the only one she could trust and instructs Kira to take the research, board a Soyuz spacecraft, and return to Earth, leaving the remaining crew to wait for potential aid. Veronika creates a distraction by threatening Alexei and Nikolai with blowing up the station. In the meantime, Kira rummages through the Russian lockers, asking Christian to help locate Node 0, which Christian says does not exist, accusing Veronika of lying to Kira. Kira and Christian go find their Russian co-workers, and Christian strikes Veronika in the back of the head with a pressurized tank, killing her. After laying Veronika to rest, Nikolai asks Alexei to help him kill the Americans, but the latter refuses, so the former grabs a screwdriver and proceeds to attempt to do it himself. While Kira and Christian hide in a storage room, Alexei realizes Gordon is still alive and hanging on to the side of the ISS. He uses the arm to bring him back into the station, then helps Kira hide from Nikolai. Gordon returns and, after finding out that Veronika was killed, traps Nikolai and attacks with a drill while the others try to stop them. Nikolai takes the drill from Gordon and stabs him with it, while Gordon pulls out Nikolai's screwdriver and stabs him in turn, and both die. After the incident, Kira notices Node 0 written over a Japanese name above a door, revealing Veronika was not lying after all, and goes to find Christian in his sleep pod. There she finds a Soyuz suit and the Russian research, revealing Christian was attempting to return to Earth alone. Meanwhile, Christian quietly sabotages the station's life support system and tries to frame Kira by telling Alexei about Veronika's plan to have Kira take Alexei's research and abandon them. Christian then tries to attack Kira and Alexei, but they fight back and strangle him to death with the strap of the miniature Soyuz U Christian gave Kira as a welcome gift, and Alexei suffers a stab wound on his hand during the fight. Kira and Alexei restore the life support system and the communication system finally reactivates, allowing the station to stabilize, and messages from both governments come through asking for confirmation that the astronauts have completed their respective missions to take control of the station. Rather than respond or comply with either government's orders, they board a Soyuz spacecraft with Alexei's research aboard and plummet to Earth in an uncontrolled freefall. When Alexei asks where they are going, Kira responds, "I don't know." I.S.S. is a 2023 American science fiction thriller film directed by Gabriela Cowperthwaite and written by Nick Shafir. Please subscribe our channel and like our videos. Earnings from this channel will be spent to provide medical support or other support to animals like cats and dogs. Thank you.